All right. What season episodes is what is this? Is season 4, season 5, season 6 episode?
Good question. Nightwing, what episode is this?
I have no idea.
Well, Nightwing, did I say episode 4 last week recording we did like 2 weeks ago?
Yes, so this would be episode 5.
This is episode 5.
All right, episode 5. Hey everybody, yeah. Welcome to the podcast. It's been a while since I've been on here, but I'm here joined today with Diab and Nightwing. This is season 6, episode 5. Wow. I got it right finally for the first time in 6 seasons. But no, it's kind of a ruse. We figured it out like 10 seconds ago. But anyway, what's up guys? How's it going?
Going well.
Doing good.
All right. We are just boiling over with enthusiasm in here. Yeah, so I'm in a window right now on the 5th floor of a building in New York City, and it is raining outside. But you know what? That's okay, because you guys are great, and you're in much nicer places than I am. Well, I don't know about Nightwing, but Diab, you're in a place at least that's like probably pretty warm right now, right?
Oh no, it's hot. I'm sweating over here.
It's hot. Wow, that's crazy. So, all right, yeah. So I don't know what we're going to talk about. I don't think any of us do. Do we? What's up? What's on the menu? There's been some changes, right, with JAWA recently, I'm assuming.
Yes, but we've covered a lot of that in the last episode as well.
Cool.
I think the real question needs to be asked here. Who's actually hosting this episode?
I mean, we can just discuss, right?
Because,
I don't know. There was new council
of us...
members. Let's talk about the new council member. That's good, right?
Yep.
Was that discussed already? We didn't talk about that. Right?
No, that happened recently.
Okay, well, if you guys are, and by you guys, I mean the guys listening to this and girls listening to this podcast right now, if you're completely out of touch with everything like me, you may not know that Cronus just got elected council, which is pretty exciting. I wish I had an applause button to press. Yeah, Nightwing, why don't you tell us a little bit about, Cronus and like, even just maybe just this council application process.
Oof. Yeah, so as usual, council application, as you two would know, basically everyone sends in an application and we read it. We go through each person's capabilities and what they'll work like with the rest of us. Ultimately,
Nice.
We have to work well together. We have to communicate well together.
Right.
And yeah, basically just talk it through, see what the good points are, what may not be as good points. But yeah, pretty much just seeing what they can do. And
So
we know everyone pretty well anyway.
Yeah, for sure. How was it this time around? I haven't been super server active. I mean, that's even an understatement. I haven't been I play maybe like once every couple weeks. Mostly because I've been like busy and like I'm finishing school. I'm finally going to be done with all school in a few months, which is exciting. But it's pretty busy. So I'm probably not going to be very active till the summer again. But just out of curiosity, like what kind of apps? Like was it like was it more rigorous? Or was he kind of like a clear front runner? Like what was the process like this time around, if it was anything, or if there's anything special about it that was different than before?
I would say he definitely stood out as well. I mean, there was a lot of good applicants, lot of good applicants, but what we really liked about Cronus was his name starts with a C, and we didn't have anyone at the time. We just wanted to put someone in front of Dace on the list. Yeah. He stood out in terms of like his past experiences mainly and his loyalty.
Definitely. For sure.
Yeah. He's a lot of people may not know that he has actually got quite a lot of experience.
Oh yeah, I was gonna talk about that a little bit, but yeah.
Yeah. So we are looking for what he probably has a lot of potential. that is ready to be sort of nurtured and developed as a council. So,
I agree for
yeah.
sure. I was really happy about that. I just for some people who haven't known that, like I recently celebrated. I'm talking about myself, whatever, but like, I just recently celebrated or finished 7 years. I celebrated 7 years in JAWA recently. So I'm kind of old now. But before JAWA, I'm talking about this because of Cronus. Before JAWA, I was in a clan called KOH, Knights of Honor. And when I joined that clan, that was like 8 years ago at this point. He was already leadership. He was in a leadership position when I joined that place 8 years ago. So like, it's kind of crazy for me. It feels like I'm kind of stuck in a time loop. Seeing Cronus again, like, dude, it's pretty cool. It's cool. I think it's cool that we can really comment on how the game and how the community really keeps people together for a long time, and the people that go away always end up coming back, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. Diab?
What? Oh, what? Oh, am I actually hosting this episode? Kind of was just listening there for a while.
I mean, listening, talking, it's good. I guess I'm just kind of like talking. I'm just like, I guess I'm sort of hosting this.
I don't know. I mean, I originally said I was gonna host, but then it's like, oh, wait, is Nightwing gonna host instead? 3 hosts of the podcast, 1 episode. 3 hosts, 1 episode.
Well, maybe we can talk about the podcast. Like, wow, like the evolution of the podcast has been pretty substantial, I think, over the last few years it's been around or whatever. It's kind of cool.
When did it start? Didn't it start like in 2012 or something?
Yeah, that sounds about right. I think it did 2012, 2013, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I think it's cool that we have a podcast, like, as a clan. That's pretty cool because we get to, like, talk and people get to hear us and people can be like, wait, who is this guy talking right now? I've never seen Jazzy on the server.
Oh, no, people have never seen me either. All they know is my voice.
Diab and Jazzy, the retired specters of JAWA.
Odd, is that you?
The 2 pods of JAWA right now.
We're just geezers. Diab, when did you join JAWA? It was pretty soon after me, right?
I joined in May 22nd, 2009.
So you're only a couple months away from having your 7-year too.
Mm-hmm. We're all old men.
We're so old, man. That's a long time. Yeah. Reflection.
You know, years ago we used to call Pod Grandpa Pod. Typically, not today. We're the grandpas.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. What was JAWA? Let's see. What was JAWA like 7 years ago? That's crazy. It was like, I think we've kind of come full circle in some senses. Like, I feel like there's some things about JAWA now that are more similar to the way it was 7 years ago than it was, say, like 3 or 4 years ago. Which is kind of cool. Like, our member count now is pretty similar to what it was when I joined, at least back in 2009. Which is pretty cool. It's different. Like, it's different because there was a time there where we had like a bunch of people. It was like hard. Like, I was more active and I didn't know very many people, versus now I don't know a lot of the newer people, but like, I feel like a lot of the older people have been here for an even longer time.
Yeah.
People really slamming their lockers here.
Yeah, I'm literally sitting by like 25 lockers right now.
But of course, back then, the council was very different too.
It was different. It was like Voltar.
You had Voltar, you had Tau, you had Wilkie, you had Pod.
Wilkie, that's right. And then there was still Helena.
Yeah, Helena has always been. 7 years ago, Helena was on the council. 7 years later, oh look, she's still on the council.
That's true.
The more things change,
yeah.
the more they stay the same.
That's pretty crazy. It's pretty cool. This is kind of like a throwback now that I'm thinking about it. Whoa. Yeah, what's funny is that I was just like I was like, wow, Helen has been in JAWA for 2 years back then, and now here we are, like 7 years later. And it's like, oh, wow. Yeah, I don't know. It's funny. I feel like time. Maybe it's because I've gotten older, but like just time feels like it's passing faster than it used to. It's interesting.
It's probably true. It comes with the age. You look back, you're like, wait, has that many years already passed? Like, really?
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
I was saying Nightwing beforehand, like I told him that my 7 years is this year as well, and I'm like, I felt like last year was 2009 when I first joined. Like, I remember the first year.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, it's funny because I feel like we tend to remember, like, as people, we tend to remember, like, when we have like seriously like larger impactful experiences take up more space in our memory banks than just the passage of time. So like something that happened 5 years ago could be feeling much more recent than something that happened a week ago, if something a week ago is like much less significant for you, you know. Like
what happened 5 years ago in JAWA. 5 years ago would be 2011. So what happened in 2011? Well,
2011.
Didn't Bandith join in that year?
That probably, I believe that.
Because I'm thinking, like, who joined during that year? Only name that comes up in my mind is like Bandith and Chryso and Dopey. And
yeah, that's true.
Did Robin also join in that year?
I think Robin joined that year as well. Yeah. Vince, right?
Vince.
Some of those. That I feel like that crowd was pretty 2011.
Yeah, this is 2011 crowd that lasted until like what 2013, 2014.
Ish, yeah, around that time. You see kind of waves. You see waves of people in communities. Like you see, like, you know, I know we're all about like having one unified community, but like, you know, people always have friends and people like get along more and less with other people, regardless of what clan they're in, and it's kind of cool. Because those people, like, those groups change over time, you know? So, so it's really, I don't know, it's kind of cool, because even within one clan, that's why you can stay in it for so long, because, like, you just meet more people, and you become closer and more distant with a bunch of different people, and then, like, you know, you might not talk to somebody very much that you talked to for a really long time, and then 4 years later, bam, like, you're talking to them every day again. It's really cool. At this point, like, I was talking to my girlfriend today about JAWA, and like how I was like, hey, like, I'm also a part of this thing. She was like, you want to get lunch? I was like, oh, I have to record a podcast. And no, but it was more just like, it was interesting because it was like I was trying to explain it as a community to somebody. You know, this is obviously somebody I care about, and it's a fairly new relationship. But explaining it to someone like that is really interesting because it really kind of puts you in perspective. Like, wait, if I just be like, oh, yeah, it's this gaming community I'm part of, it's like, wait, no, it's like, that feels really unfulfilling because it's a lot more than that at this point, at least for me after 7 years. I'm sure I can speak for other people who've been around as long, or even just any substantial amount of time. It doesn't feel satisfying to be like, oh, like, I'm just recording this thing for this gaming clan. No, it's like, no, these are like my friends, and I've like known these people that maybe I've never met in person, but like I've known these people longer than I've known you, and like I'm dating you right now. Which is like, it's kind of crazy, but it's also really cool. It's sort of special. Yeah.
It's like, wait, does that mean we've known each other for almost 7 years?
Yeah, I mean, like, I've known, like, Diab, like, we've known each other, since we were, it was like 14 or 15 or something?
God.
So that's like beginning of high school, and now I'm about to finish college. So, like, and on top of that, like, I go to college in a different city and state than I went to high school in. So it feels weird because my real life, like my friend group in person has changed so significantly, but JAWA has remained consistent for longer, you know? So like there's people that I go to school with every day that I hang out with every day, and I go to bars with, or I go to diners with every day, that I have not really known nearly as long as people who are in JAWA than I've in person, you know? Just...
Yeah.
pretty cool.
I'm trying to imagine you going to a bar or like a club.
Right? Well, it's because you've known me since way before that would have been.
Yeah, I'm like, Jazzy at a bar or club? How is that going to work?
No, it's kind of funny, though. It's true. Yeah. I mean, we're just kind of like shooting the crap now at the podcast. But I feel like, somebody might listen to this and be like, oh, that's cool.
Well, if anything, episodes of you will be more real like talking.
Season 6, episode 5 is just Jazzy reminiscing on his life.
I look back down memory lane.
I feel like some of the old members will appreciate it because they'll identify with stuff, but like the new members will be like, "Who is this guy? Like, what is he?" But I'll be back. Like, a trend, at least for me, is I always come in waves with my activity. It's interesting. I feel like other people do that too, but it's just like I'll be like super in for like 5 months, and then I'll just be gone for like 5 months, and right now is one of those gone times. But like it still feels this sounds super cheesy, but like as cheesy as it is, like it never feels like I'm really like leaving anything.
I don't think you can ever truly leave, Joe.
No, yeah, you can't.
No, I can't.
Well, yeah, you
Yeah,
can't.
You're in
Contracted
very deep,
for the next
Nightwing.
10 years.
You must be a leader for at least 8 years before you can step down.
That's true, yeah.
Unless
What is it? This year is.
This thing never lets you step down ever again.
What's this year? Right, third year. But how many? What's
Yeah.
the JAWA year though? How old is JAWA now?
11? This is celebrating
Wow.
11. And it's
That's
mad
crazy.
'cause I've been here for 4. And it just doesn't feel like that. Still feels like a year.
Yeah. What's crazy is in like 2 or 3 more years, like people joining JAWA could prospectively be younger than the clan itself.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Well, look at it this way, Jazzy. In 3 years, we're going to be 10 years in Jawa, a decade.
Oh, wow. That means people who were in 4th grade were born when we joined JAWA.
Oh my god. Are you saying our clan will start being flooded by 4th graders?
Oh no. But that's crazy. What's crazy, I've always thought of like Helena as somebody who's like pretty old, like because she was always a lot older than me. But what's crazy to think is she was my age when I joined JAWA. Like, she was my age now when I joined JAWA. That's crazy to me, because it's like, whoa, because I've always perceived her as somebody who's like much older than me.
The only one who was truly older than everybody was Hannibal.
Oh yeah, he was a master. I remember that guy. He was a disciple, but he was a master in my book. Hannibal. Wow, you should edit in like a tribute to Hannibal for like 5 seconds. Just like pick him. Like,
But he had to be the oldest member in Jawa history.
Right. Well, he was like 40 or something, right? Or like late 30s.
Yeah, around there.
Yeah.
Because now I believe his daughter has applied for Jawa.
Yeah. He's applied again.
Whoa.
As well.
Yeah, it's
crazy. Wait, really?
Yeah.
Wow. Wow, that's incredible. That's really cool. Well, his daughter is now applying. That's so trippy.
The first second generation Jawa.
Oh man. I remember when she was like super little, because he left JAWA because he just like had to take care of his daughter because she was young, But like,
you see, you're right.
Crazy.
JAWA is more than just a gaming community.
Dude, the generational overlap. That's really heavy. It's real, folks.
JAWA will never die.
Real.
It'll continue on with our generations, our next generations. Be passed on.
Oh. Wow, guys. pretty cool. It's pretty cool to be a part of this experience. Yeah. I feel like we could just call it here, and this would be a sufficient podcast, honestly.
Yeah, but it's too short.
Too short, really?
It's not my. I mean, for your episode, it's
15
perfect.
minutes.
Yours is perfect for if you're hosting, but who's really hosting this episode? If you're hosting, it's perfect to end it now. If it's Nightwing hosting, we need to go at least 20 more minutes. If I'm hosting, we need an hour more.
Yeah.
We're so bad. 3 hosts. We don't even know how to do
We
this.
have no game plan, but I don't know. I don't feel like this is a bad episode per se.
Oh no.
It's a good. Good
episode 3 is worse than this.
Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. Man, that was a terrible movie. That's for sure. So.
Oh no, I'm talking about this season. Yeah.
I know. I was just playing.
People would probably already heard episode. Anyway, they heard episode 3 already because episode 3 right now this recording has not been released, but I did
true.
call it sloppy seconds for a reason.
Wow. Yeah, episode 3. Now my brain is on the Star Wars movies because we haven't talked about, or you guys probably did, but I haven't talked about the new Star Wars movie yet. It came out in December.
Don't worry, none of us has talked about it on the podcast because I have not seen it.
I feel like it's been a while, right? So like spoilers shouldn't be an issue, or I guess it's okay. I won't spoil it for Diab.
I mean, at this point, it's not really big of a spoiler.
I wasn't even gonna spoil anything. I was just gonna talk about it. I thought it was.
I unintentionally found a spoiler when I was trying to not find spoilers on the internet.
Oh, okay. I see. Yeah, there's only like one big spoiler, really.
Well,
everything else is kind of whatever. But I thought as a movie, it was enjoyable. The technology made it. It was like eye candy. Like, it was like just like good. I thought it was good. I would watch it. I'd watch it over any of the prequels, like any of 1, 2, or 3, personally.
I have a question though. How much lens flare did J.J. Abrams flood into this movie?
Oh, there was a lot, man. There was a lot, but I feel like it's Star Wars. It's like a mass media thing. Like, people are gonna be into it. So, like, it could have been terrible, and some people think it was terrible, but people would have still loved it. It's Star Wars. Like, it's just how it works. I enjoyed it though. I thought the acting had really stepped up a notch. It was cool to see the old guys. It was cool to see like Carrie Fisher and Harrison Ford after 40 years of like reflecting on their performance. It's cool to see like Han Solo 40 years later because like he's clearly grown as a person and as an actor from the late 70s. So that was cool. I don't know. What did you see it, Nightwing? You probably saw it, right?
I saw it opening night and I loved it, every bit of it.
That's great. Yeah, I liked it a lot. I enjoyed it more than the prequels. I thought it was really good. I enjoyed it too.
Well,
I think it markets towards older audiences too than younger ones because it like really plays off of nostalgia. But like a younger person could totally still enjoy it too.
Yeah, I think it was J.J. Abrams' sort of mission to sort of bridge that gap between the old sort of original fans and the newer generation. And I think he did a really good job at that.
Yeah, definitely. It'll be cool. Isn't there another one coming out this year that takes place like before episode 4 or something?
Yeah, it's Rogue One.
That'll be cool. I wonder if they're gonna bring back like Ewan McGregor or like any of the other dudes from the prequel.
Right, as a ghost.
No, well, Ewan McGregor would be alive because it takes place between episodes 3 and 4, from what I've heard.
Oh, it does.
Yeah, Rogue One does. Yeah.
So like he would just. Yeah.
Oh yeah, they could bring him back. That means.
Yeah, because he would just be like older Obi-Wan, but not like too old,
Mm-hmm.
But they could use the same actor. It would work out perfectly. I feel like.
I'd love for Ewan McGregor to come into this trilogy.
I feel like it'd be.
I think it'd fit really well. As a Force Ghost.
It'd be super cool.
He was
sure.
probably one of the most redeeming features of the early Star Wars film.
I agree. Yeah, he was great. He was a very good Obi-Wan. I mean, Ian McDiarmid too, though. Like the Emperor. Like, wow, what a great actor. It's cool. There was definitely like good parts of the prequels. Like I'm just talking about more of them from like a film. Like I feel like they were kind of silly films, but they were cool. Like there was totally cool parts. I remember when I saw them when I was like little in theaters. Be like, oh yeah, that was so cool. It's funny though, because when you're young, you don't really grasp the magnitude of like we are seeing Star Wars. You know, like like it is Star Wars. Like this is iconic. You know, like this will be historic regardless of how good of a movie it is. You know, which is kind of cool. Because like 50 years from now, you know, Star Wars will just be like, oh yeah, Star Wars.
And then it'll get another 3 films. Yes.
Do you think in this new trilogy, each episode, one of the old cast are gonna keep dying?
Oh, that would suck.
And it's gonna end with Luke dying at the end.
I
passing on to the next generation of Jedi.
I feel like Luke is gonna die. They're gonna kill Luke off for sure. Like, I don't know. I'm pretty convinced that that's gonna happen at some point in one of these movies. But just because it needs to come full circle, you know, and like they're like hinting towards the new generation, and like I feel like that's kind of gonna happen.
Unless Luke will play the Yoda of the new generation.
But like Yoda still died though, you know? Like you see Yoda die in Return of the Jedi. I mean,
yeah, but I'm just saying like Luke can just play the Yoda part. That means, you know, he'd be the Grand Master of the New Order from there on out.
That's true. Yeah. That's true.
Until you know the day he dies.
Yeah, for sure. Oh yeah. That's kind of what I was saying. I don't know if they're gonna murder him, but like I feel like
murder him in cold blood in his sleep.
I feel like he'll be like. I think they're gonna try and figure out. I feel like what they're trying to struggle with and figure out is how to make Luke look and be incredibly powerful. Like I feel like they want him to be incredibly powerful. I know
in the expanding universe he was like the most powerful Jedi alive. Like he was made to be that. Like I don't know if he like outlived his lifespan or something as well because he was so powerful.
Yeah, I don't know.
So I don't know. I don't know if they're gonna go that path as well and make him all powerful to the point that he can't die.
That would be crazy.
And you know, actually take a Sith actually stabbing him to kill him. but like you know, age wise, he just can't die because he's so powerful with like so strong with the Force.
I feel like the Sith, well, because the Sith don't exist anymore. Spoiler, but they're not a thing anymore. Like the Sith are no longer the villains. It's like this new thing. It's like Neo Sith. Like it's like they're not Sith. They're like this new organization that like uses the dark side. Like the dark, they still use the dark side, but they don't refer to themselves as the Sith. They're like the different thing. Kind of
like, oh, Sith is old school.
Yeah, it's kind of more vague now, because like also the Jedi are no longer like dogmatic and like they have more freedom. It seemed like they did. Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of speculation online too that there's like, you know, like Luke had a kid or something, which is like interesting.
Because I read online saying that people still don't know, I guess, who Rey's father or parents are. Yeah,
Rey's history is completely ambiguous.
I remember reading some rumors that people say, oh, is she Obi-Wan's like granddaughter or something, you know?
Yeah, I've read some stuff. I don't think they're gonna loop her in with Kenobi personally. Thinking about it,
it doesn't make any sense. Looping her in with Obi-Wan, because officially Obi-Wan never. I mean, during his younger days, yeah, he was a bit of a troublemaker, but he never did do anything like Anakin did, go like all the way, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I feel like she's either gonna be like some lost child of Han and Leia, or she'll be like Luke's daughter, like something like that. If they're gonna make her blood related to someone, otherwise, I feel like they're just gonna pull another Anakin and like say that like the Force chose her, so she's like the new chosen one or whatever.
You're the chosen one to rebuild the entire Jedi Order.
Yeah. Did you see that the original scene of the new one of the Force, and what's it called? The new one, the movie that came out, Episode 7. Anyway, Force Awakens. There we go. The original opening scene of Force Awakens was supposed to be Luke's severed hand holding the lightsaber and like floating through space, but they scratched it because it was too gruesome. But like that was the original plan for the first scene of the movie.
That actually would have been hilarious.
You see like a severed hand holding a lightsaber in space. Yeah, I don't know.
When I got out there.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. Who knows? It's hard to tell. Yeah, just like, or that's the whole movie. Like,
just
like
2 hours of
seconds,
that.
like, da, 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 and it's just like hand, da 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 da, and it just ends.
Oh God.
Anyway, I should probably consider getting going because it's my friend's birthday. I'm gonna take him out for lunch, and my girlfriend is waiting somewhere in this building.
That's
for me to finish recording.
Me and Nightwing can just finish things up from here after.
For sure, guys. Anyway, this was a unexpected episode, but it was fun. It was good. It's good.
Yep.
Good stuff, guys. All right, I'll see you guys around. I don't know. I always like plan to be more active, but like it doesn't like work because when I become active, I just get really active. And then when I become inactive, I become I'm never like sort of active. That's like my thing. I'm always either like very active or not active at all.
You need to have more days open
server.
so I can have you on these again.
Yeah, I mean, if there's like also I'll be more equipped to host if there's like subjects that we can discuss too, which will be cool.
I was thinking about having an all XKOH episode with you, Shadow, and like Iron Skull and whatnot.
And Cronus, you should get Cronus on. That would be pretty cool. Yeah, I'd be down. That'd be pretty cool. Yeah, all four of us. That's right. We all knew each other before JAWA. That was so long ago. Oh, all right. Anyway, I'll see you guys later.
All right.
Have a good one.
See you.
Peace.
Bye.
Oh God, that's quality came up. All right, so let me reposition myself since we're in Jazzy's flow for a good 30 minutes. Hi everyone, we're still here. All right. Well, that was a interesting 30 minutes. So, I guess we should start finishing up what we actually had on our notes.
Yeah, I guess so, yeah.
I mean, may as well. This is not a Diab hosted episode whatsoever. It needs to go on longer. So, we've had 3 new members of the JAWA Arts, and he said there's a 4th on the way, right? 4th on the way to apply.
Yes.
So we've had a huge surge in members, which means more so now activity in the club is needed.
In the club. Yep.
Because before just being us, you mean Spoon Man, it was just basically like, oh, if we can just make anything, they would do a showcase. If not, it's fine.
as I was saying recently in the introduce thread to these guys who have just joined, Orion, Hachimoto, Aya Solare, and the new one coming soon, hopefully. We are the best club ever. We just do what we want, when we want, and helps having Leader as the manager, I guess. But yeah, no, showcase, as long as we get the showcase out, I'm happy. It seems very successful.
And speaking of the showcase, we had our biggest showcase ever.
Yes. It was really good. I thought I'd just throw everything we had available, including like your 2 videos, your 2 big signatures, which could technically have been in 2 separate showcases.
True.
But
I did make a 3rd one. I'm happy you didn't just add that one in as well.
Yeah, the 3rd one, we'll save that for the next showcase.
and maybe another one if I make a few other batches of things.
I hope people go and watch them though, because they're really good. And if you are looking to make signatures, really good inspiration.
Been doing it for like Yeah, like 10 years.
Too long, Diab. Too long.
It's gonna be 11 years this year.
Liar. Making signatures as long as the clan itself.
God.
But yeah, a big welcome to Orion, I think.
Orion.
Yeah, Orion, Hachimoto, and Aya Solare. It's weird because now we've got like four Skinners in the Arts Club, which is kind of crazy.
Wow, wait, who are the Skinners?
Me, Spoonman, Orion, and Hachimoto actually, yeah.
Wow.
Four?
So wait, who are the signature makers? I know I'm one of them.
Me, you, Hotch can do some character signatures and stuff. Aya does signature stuff. I think Orion can do signature stuff.
So basically everyone except for can Spoonman do it too?
I'm sure he can, yeah.
So basically all of us.
Yeah, we can pretty much all do everything. I think I tend to focus more on the wiki profile pictures than anyone. And I'm the only one who does mini icons because they have to be done a certain way.
Yeah, I actually missed Anook's request for signature because I've actually done her signature 2 years in a row. This is the third year, and I actually failed to make one.
Yeah, I'm never good at doing lion signatures, so I just didn't.
Well, I didn't know until it was too late. On the oh crap.
I mean, I did Jasp's dragon one, and I'm not good at doing dragon signatures either. So, yeah. But we've got a good team now. We've got a bigger team. I think this is the most members we'll ever have at the same time.
Question is, how active will everyone be in it?
Oh, they'll all be active.
Well, are you bringing out the whip now?
Well, as long as people meet the showcase, that's basically the only commandment.
I have only one commandment of the Arts Club.
Yeah. Do art. Yeah, best club ever.
Best club ever. Well,
this club got me council.
That's true, it did.
Yeah. I was like, yeah, I think it's a really good club. You should get someone to make it. I was like, oh, do you want it? I was like, yeah, sure. So then as soon as we became council, I was like, oh, okay, I'll make the club then. It was actually my first act as council to create this club.
You know what sucks? When the podcast was made, I think I was already council, so it didn't matter. Damn it.
I think, did I get a participation award for this club? I think I got one for making the club. Yeah, I did. For all his hard work building JAWA Arts, December 2012. Leader 3 months later.
I remember getting participation awards back then. I was the first person to get 2 participation awards.
That's the only one.
Though I got 2 in between because I don't think they wanted to give me 2 consecutively.
Yeah.
So he waited 1 month until he gave me another. And then from there, it took like years until I think you're the one who gave me it for podcasts in arts.
The contrib, or the award.
The participation one. Then after that came the contribution award, which I at that point I was just like, I remember that was the one thing I told Link I wanted to get last, and then I'm like, you know what? It's been years since I said that. I'm not getting it. and then at the job birthday, you're like, here, Diab. Contribution award, and I'm like, what?
It's getting dusty. It's getting dusty in the cupboard. We keep them.
So it's like that's usually that's probably the best advice. If you want an award like the contribution award or Hall of Fame, don't even try to get it. Just do what you're doing, and you'll eventually get it out of nowhere.
Do what you're doing over a good period of time. Make a good effect on the clan. I'll do what I do, became leader, and get it anyway. Council gave me mine, I think. Well, I nearly cried when I got that.
What, the
contribution award, yeah.
Did it?
I definitely cried when I got Hall of Fame. I cried on that day.
I remember like a Hall of Fame. I think that day, due to a lot of drama going on in the concert during that time, I just didn't really feel it. Sadly. If anything, I think I was probably irritated during that day for something going on in the council. Didn't help, and I think and I think that was during one of JAWA's birthdays or something. When I got Hall of Fame. I forget, and this was like in April or something. I forget when I got Hall of Fame.
I've just finally made Fisher's Hall of Fame image, which we just have to put together then for the page, because we've not done it like since we got it. It isn't my fault.
Poor Fish.
We've been really busy getting everything out, but it's a really cool one. I think it's unique, so I'm hoping he'll like it when we get it out. But
he'll probably tell you to do it again.
He probably would, to be fair, but then I'll just slap him next time we meet. So it's all good. And if he watches this, just don't hit me, please.
Too late. You probably already did. Probably knocked on your door. And he's like, Nightwing. You're like, what? And he slaps you. Alright. Even though the ladder will probably be done by the time this episode is out. Unless it starts when the episode comes out. I don't even know. The JAWA ladder.
Yeah, the ladder's supposed to start around the 8th. And I like to get it done within a month, personally.
The 8th. Nightwing. Episode 3 is not even out at the time of this recording.
Guys, I hope you enjoyed the JAWA ladder. It was really good.
Congratulations to whoever won.
Congratulations, Nightwing, on winning the JAWA ladder. Everyone had to forfeit for some reason.
I wonder why. I had
Finally
Fish.
got the gold medal.
Probably had Fish show up at everyone's house and just slap them.
With a wet kipper. Yeah. Well,
probably stole everyone's modems in the process.
I didn't actually think of that when we put ladder down. It's gonna it's gonna be the next ladder by the time that comes out.
Next ladder 1 year later. Finally, episode 5. It's out.
Welcome to the 2017. Yeah. I hope you enjoyed the JAWA ladder, guys. Next one's next year. Well, actually, that might be kind of a good one. Do you want to bet who wins?
Bet who wins the ladder this year?
Yeah. Do you want me to pull up a quick list?
Alright.
So far, we've got Matoro, Begsy, Fente, Wolfie, Tion, Legendary, Aya, Helena, System, Hochimoto, Starkler, EDO, Church, Arios, Orion, Cronus, Shadow, Dace, Agent B, Dusterman, Seta, Pandorum, Anok, Stormy, Scion, Iron Skull, Wiz, and myself signed up for the ladder.
Oh wow, they're doing the emergency siren test right now. So excuse.
I can just barely hear it.
They're doing a new one. It sounds like it's not the usual one.
See, if Jazzy signs up, I think Jazzy signed up. It's a bit. I'm not sure, but I think I'll put my money on Matoro.
I was actually going to say Matoro is going to win
so
this.
Are we putting our money on Matoro then?
Yeah, more pressure to him.
Yeah.
Even though it'll probably be over by the time. So, you know, if this comes out and we bet Matoro and he did win, wow.
It was not a fix.
Oh, it was. We had people. We scripted the whole ladder.
Yeah. Yeah, hope you enjoyed it, guys.
But, you know, if Jazzy signs on, and Jazzy does do it, Jazzy has potential to win it too.
Yeah, I mean, Shadow's on as well. Shadow won it last year, I believe, if I remember rightly. He yellow DFA'd Xanatos for the win, which was fun.
Oh, now the regular sirens are on.
Oh, no, sorry, last year ASD won, and the year before Shadow won.
I'm sorry, everybody who's hearing this. This is the first day of the month, and they always do this.
once a month.
Well, the first day every month they do the test of the emergency sirens.
Uh-huh.
You know, this is if a tsunami, you know, is gonna come and whatnot. Like, you usually hear these things blast like every hour.
I can't hear it.
You can't hear it?
No, I heard it a little bit in the background briefly, but I can't hear it now.
Oh, it's pretty loud. I'm just gonna wait right now until it's done.
Now I can hear it.
It's done. Okay. So where were we?
I don't know.
JAWA ladder.
Talks about JAWA ladder.
You know, we forgot to ask where Jazzy has been and what he's been up to.
Yeah, so Jazzy's been up to stuff and things.
Yeah.
The
Finishing
usual, being successful and finishing uni soon, I think. Or college, as he called it. I think it's uni.
Well, college is the same thing.
Yeah.
It's just over here we call it college.
I've never understood why, but we have
because the United States of America likes to be different, apparently, even though we basically the US was based off of you guys. People left and came here and colonized. And then they were like, oh, we want to be different. That's the interesting thing about the US. It's basically a country made of immigrants.
Yep. Everyone from different places coming together and being united.
And there's races? What the hell? There's racism? Like, what the hell is going on? You would think a country founded by immigrants, like, from all over the world, would not be racist towards each other. It's like, wow.
Well, yeah, I mean, you'd think a country built on all different people,
that everybody is, you know, born equal, you know.
Would be about equality and acceptance of everyone, no matter what. Sadly, it doesn't work. But...
Funny thing is, though, it works in Hawaii because you have many different ethnic groups here, and we all learn to live with each other. There's no hate. There's no hate at all here.
Yeah. It's because it's too hot to hate anyone.
No.
It's either too hot or too windy.
What I love is, like, everybody, we have a comedian here called Frank DeLima, and he makes fun of all the ethnic groups. He is our most famous comedian. Though, of course, like, usually the joke is you never make fun of the Samoans, because if there's a Samoan in the crowd, his family's waiting outside. Because, you know, the joke is, you know, Samoan families are big, they have a lot of people, you know.
Yeah.
Really running out of things to talk about. It's only like 48 minutes. It's bad.
That's longer than sort of like some episodes.
Yeah, but for me, it has to be longer.
Welcome to the game Truth or Dare? No, false. Truth or Dare with Diab. Okay, Diab.
God, no.
I actually played Truth or Dare with someone not long ago with JAWA.
With somebody from JAWA, what?
Yeah, it was fun.
What kind of fun are you talking about?
I won't go into it.
That already answers my question. Thank you.
So yeah, what we're talking about?
Changing the subject, are we? TeamSpeak's been active lately.
Yeah, yes, it has, yes.
Even though it's been dead for quite a while.
Yeah, it has its ups and downs. It's been doing quite well recently. Depends. I think it depends more on what people's daily routine is, whether they're in work or not, whether they're not tired or anything when they get home.
I'm usually on at night when Iron and Days are on.
Yeah.
But that's if I feel like going on Jedi Academy. Last time I was on there with them, we had like Amp versus Mark, and it was hilarious. Like, I remember people were like, I want Amp, and like, it all started with a free for all, just like saber fighting, and then people started gripping, And I didn't want amp, so I just started, killing people regularly with Saber. Then they gripped me off, and then I'm like, Iron, can you give me Merc, please? He gave me Merc. I went into a hiding spot and started sniping people.
What council get up to when leaders asleep, eh?
Wow. I honestly have nothing to talk about. There's nothing at the top of my mind anymore.
Let's get into politics. Adele said to Donald Trump, "Stop using my music at your rallies."
A lot of people are saying that to Donald Trump. Nobody wants Donald Trump to use their music.
Yeah. I think that's all.
I guess something to point out today. I think it's the Iowa voting primary.
It's something about caucus. I don't know. Just read it.
I asked my brother yesterday what a caucus was, and I forget what it is now.
I don't know. I like the word though.
All I know is today we'll find out who wins primary for Iowa or something. Yeah, I think it's Iowa.
I hope Donald Trump doesn't get president. I hope.
Well,
it's not even my country, and I hope he doesn't become president.
Well, because you guys will end up having to fire nukes at us. What's happening?
we just aim it for Donald Trump. We just send the littlest one.
It lands atop whatever the hell is on his head, and he just bursts into flames.
Just send in the blonde wigs.
So let me ask you then, as outside of the U.S., who would you prefer between Hillary Clinton or Bernie Sanders?
I've not really looked into Bernie Sanders myself. I heard something quite good about him from my own point of view, my own personal standpoint with politics. But at the moment, just from what I've learned, I prefer Hillary Clinton. But I've always liked her for some reason, ever since I've known about her. So, if
you were to ask all the I guess older people in the United States, they would say Hillary Clinton. If you ask all the younger people, all the younger people are basically behind Bernie Sanders. Yeah, the problem is the older people vote more often than younger people do, and that's why the only way Bernie Sanders is going to win is if all the young people actually go out and vote for him.
You know what though? It's entirely possible because that's what happened with us with the Conservatives and the Liberal Democrats. All the new young students all went out and voted, and they all voted for the people who were idiots. Politics aside,
because it comes down to it, it's like, young people, you want the candidate you support, go out there, you vote. If you don't and he doesn't win, you complain, vote. It's your fault, really.
Yeah, pretty much. If you don't vote, you don't.
You really don't have the right to complain because you didn't vote.
Yeah, I personally only started voting, last year. Well, not last year. Sorry, last election. And that was mainly because I felt like I was old enough and mature enough to vote, I guess, and understand it all. But I didn't really give a crap about politics up until then.
I noticed when you're younger, you don't care about politics. Yeah. When you get older, because now it starts actually affecting you, you're like, crap.
Yeah, I mean, I find President Obama more interesting than our current Prime Minister.
It's actually funny how you guys, everyone outside the US loves Obama. A lot of people inside the US hate Obama.
Yeah. I think Obama's cool. Well, I've never met the guy, but he seems like a cool guy to me.
Hey, he's from Hawaii. He comes here every winter for his vacation.
He has done quite a bit of good from what I have seen, but I mean, I don't live there, and I've not been affected by his.
It just irritates me how people blame Obama for a lot of things when really it was Republicans' fault. The reason why he couldn't get things done. He's been blocked so many times in Congress throughout his entire terms that you really can't do anything when the other party has a majority.
Politics, people agree and disagree all the time. It's just.
People agree and disagree as in the most childish way. That's what politics is.
Well, I think more so in America, to be fair. Like, with what's happening with Donald Trump, like, and how silly some things have got with it, I think that's kind of mad. Like, more so than here. Here, we just have idiots who are idiots.
United States is just filled with more things than just idiots, and it's bad. We need, I'm like we need people who actually want to help, but it's like, do these people even exist who want to help? Or is politics just filled with people who just in it for their own gain?
Yeah.
The other thing about, even though a candidate is good, they're in it for their own gain as well. There's something they want out of this, something they want to do badly as well.
You never know. The world is the world, and it's filled with a lot of bad people, but also a lot of good people.
It probably didn't help. I was born, during the years where I don't even know who the president was during when I was born in '94, because I was too young to even comprehend who the hell the president was. But like, by the time I finally understood,
wasn't it Bush?
At least understood what the what?
I said, wasn't it Bush in '94?
Or was it Clinton? Or was it Bush?
Bill Clinton, yeah. Sorry.
Because after Clinton was W. Bush.
Because I remember when I was growing up, it was Bush.
Bush, Clinton, then you have Bush again. Because, for me growing up, like, when I finally got to understand what a president was, it was George W. Bush who got elected. And then from there, basically he gave presidents a bad image, really, for me. Like, it has stuck ever since, that the presidents of the United States are just horrible. Like, they're just gonna keep destroying this country and keep bringing us into wars. I remember the first 4 years he dragged us into the wars, and then the only reason why we re-elected him because we wanted him to finish what he started, because it didn't make sense bringing in somebody new to take care of his problems that he started. And then when his problems were not even close to being solved, we're like, Obama sounds the most convincing of everybody, and plus we're done with Republicans destroying the country, type of thing. And then the Republicans are like, let's stop Obama from trying to fix the country. Why can't everybody just get along and actually think about the country than their own party?
Because people have different views and they don't know how to play ball.
Well, in our case, Republicans have so many big companies in their back pocket telling them what to vote for and what not to vote for. So, because in the end, it's all about greed. It's all about money. It's all about capitalism. That's what it's all about for them. It's not fun.
It's all about aliens.
It's all about aliens and Neil deGrasse Tyson. And science, Michio Kaku and all those people.
On the next episode, we discuss religion.
I'm not discussing religion at all.
Let's get Link on.
What does he hate talking about it?
No.
Does he love talking about it?
Yeah.
Is he a religious person?
No.
No, he just likes debating it.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Should never discuss politics or religion with people you don't know. But yeah. Spoiler and political warnings at the start of this video.
But but for me, honestly, my view this time for election was, I honestly thought the country needed a Republican to be back in, but after seeing who we have to choose from, like, none of these guys. No. I'm not looking for any of these guys. They don't fit the Republican president I was looking for. So it's like, we gotta go back to the Democrats again. And it's like, who do we have? Well, we have Hillary. Safest, she's the safest choice. They have Bernie Sanders, who wants to shake up the system. He is another Obama choice, if you think about it. Like, Obama wanted to change, do things. Bernie Sanders kind of saying the same thing. he wants to change a lot of things. He wants to help the middle class and everything. He wants to like raise taxes on the upper class and everything. Obama already tried doing that. Republicans blocked him. What makes you think you can do it too? You know, that's the problem. The only way things like that can happen is if Democrats get majority in, good God, the fire truck.
If they get the majority in the fire truck. Not many seats, so I'm not sure they can pull it off. Who has the loudest horn?
Yeah. There's this one guy, I guess he always drives one of these fire trucks. He always blares the horn to tell people to get out of his way. Sometimes at like 12 a.m. at night, that's all you hear. Once he gets the call here, I'm like, dude, it's 12 in the morning. You don't need to do this.
You don't need to rush to save people's lives. What would really annoy me is if he's doing it without cause.
He probably is. He didn't need to do it actually when he was leaving right now. He had an open space.
I've actually seen a police car before here turn his lights on and his siren to get across the lights, and he turned them back off. Now, I don't know whether that's why he did it or whether the call got cancelled or anything, but it looked like he did it just to get past the lights.
Well, excuses. I have to go somewhere so I can break the law, and then goes across like, nope, false alarm, people.
Yeah.
You know, that's actually a bad cop right there if he did it just to get across.
Yeah.
You don't abuse your authority like that.
I like to believe the best of our police force, but you never know. There's always a bad egg.
US has no confidence in their police force currently.
I don't think they ever have, from what I've seen.
I
imagine there's a few who do, but...
Well, you know, it's basically the small bad apples that give the police overall in the U.S. a horrible name, and that's why there's that hate going on now because all those racist cops killing the African Americans. But we already talked about that was already talked about in previous episodes. But you know, the thing is, though, this is still news happening, and you know, it's like things keep happening. The same things keep happening over and over again. It's like the news stays the same. It's just different situations.
Yeah. Well,
so how many people did apply for council, by the way?
Some.
You're not even gonna give the number.
No. We had a good amount. We had we had more than one. Less than 1,000.
I don't know why the number, how many people applied, should be kept a secret.
No, we had about 8 votes. Oh, blimey, I'm tired. We had 8.
I mean, Harry.
8 applicants. Like I said earlier, a lot of good candidates there. Just sometimes it's not the right time.
At least it's not like you had a whole bunch of people apply. That's even harder then, because you have multiple voting sessions to narrow it down.
Yeah, we still had a couple of voting things, but yeah.
I forget what's the most I had to vote for when I was in council. I think it probably had to at least be like 10 people. That was not fun. I remember like the first one was like pick your top 5 or something, or like your top 6. And then from there it's like pick your top 3. And pick your top 2. And then pick the winner, you know. Who wins.
The winner who will have no life after this. This isn't a win.
Pick the poor side. We will instill the council court curse on next. We choose Nightwing.
Don't choose me again.
You've already been chosen. It's too late. You've been
Technically,
chosen years ago.
Uh,
You just pass the curse on to somebody else each time.
I've never been affected by the council curse. Never.
I actually haven't been affected by it either. I've always done my work pretty much while I'm in council. But I've seen a lot of people affected by it. I remember, I think the first time Wolfie got council, he was affected by it instantly.
I'm glad we brought Wolfie back as a good counsellor. Used my admin master as well.
Though, kind of a good thing, he went inactive and had to step down because that council back then was not healthy at all. Probably would have never been this. Probably would have never been how he is today after it.
Never applying again.
Hey, it's been like 3 years now since I last been on council, and I'm like, I remember when I first stepped down, I'm like, if within a year or maybe this year, I just need a few few months break, I'll reapply when it opens up. Then after that, 1 year later, I'm like, maybe this year, and now this year, I'm like, I'm good. I'm good. Everything's fine. I'm where I want to be. I'm doing the podcast. That's all I need. Don't need any more work to do. I'm also in art, so like I have to gotta make a lot of art. Gotta do podcast episodes. Gotta plan. Gotta record. Gotta edit. Gotta release. Do we have enough donations to hire an editor for me?
Nope. Although if you want to pay me, it's fine. I won't do any work, but asking for donations to the Nightwing Fund.
Donate to the Nightwing Patreon.
Yes. Become a Nightwing Patreon.
Become a supporter of the wing thing today.
I'll send you... No, fine. Oh.
Well, we're probably boring people out at this point. It's an hour, 7-8 minutes.
Welcome
Probably
to
shorter than that. I'm not sure.
Hours.
JAWA After Hours. Should have a podcast called JAWA After Hours and put a mature audience rating on it.
And everyone watches it anyway.
They probably would.
Oh, I'm yawning now. I'm never tired.
What time is it? Is it like 10?
Yeah, it's 10 past 10. I've been up since 7 AM though. Which is an early rise for me.
I usually wake up around 7:30. Sometimes, or later. Like, of course, in the case of last recording, woke up, like, I'm like, oh crap, got a recording to do in like a minute. That was bad, actually. That last episode, that was bad, both of us.
I don't know why lately, I just forget we're doing podcasts. I just totally forget I'm part of the club now.
It was better when you weren't a part of it because you remembered.
I was like, let me on. But yeah. I don't know. I always just forget. I think why I've forgot most recently is because we've had loads of stuff to set up for the council, but everything else is just a bit that's on my mind.
Nowadays, I'm just trying to record every now and then just to make sure I have enough episodes stockpiled, so I don't have to like freak out and be like, "Oh crap, I gotta get an episode out because we release dates like this week," type of thing, you know.
Yeah. Are you like in two ahead now or something?
I have 3 and 4. Yeah, but 3 and 4. 4 is still of this recording yet to be edited, and now after this one, we'll have a backlog of 3. Even though episode 3 will be released this week, as of this recording, so February 1st, you know, of this week.
Yeah.
Which means 1st, so February 5th. Yeah. Hopefully, people hate it as much as I hate it.
It's alright.
Well, hated it at this point. I
Had a
like
really
how
good game of truth and false.
true and false. Oh well, episode 4, the true and false debut was good.
Yeah.
You should just do an entire episode of you hosting. It would just be a game show.
Yeah, just have different game shows. True or false. Who's that JAWA? And we'll come up with another.
And then truth or dare with Nightwing.
Yeah. After hours.
Webcam required.
Oh jeez. I actually got a webcam. I could go on webcam. I'm not gonna do it.
No. I'm talking about the people who were playing the truth or dare.
That's how you get leader, folks.
Oh God. Is that what you did too late with Link?
You have no idea what I did with Link. He was convinced.
Intense game of truth or dare webcam. and then he finally said, "I dare you to be leader of JAWA."
Yep. I think, to be fair, I think it's just an April Fool's that he's kept on going for the past 3 years.
Why? Wait, did you get leader in April?
No, I got leader in March.
Oh, so you just think it was a month in advance April Fool's. So you're hoping one day he would just say April Fools, everything you've done means nothing.
Yeah.
Which means all the people who got counsel up to this point would be erased from history. Congratulations, guys! You've all been part of the big April Fool's joke. You know, Arts Club doesn't exist either. Arts Club wiped off in the face. Your entire council run as well was April Fool's. Basically everything was April Fool's.
Imagine
More than
if
that,
JAWA was April Fool's. It was Link's April Fool's on one person. Everyone else is just Link pretending to be other people.
Oh my God. Well, he has he has quite the imagination and personalities.
Yeah.
Are we saying Mike PSW was also his inspiration?
Everything was Link's inspiration. For the dark time.
How many alliances that are actually JAWA's allies were his idea too?
JKA just doesn't exist.
All created by Link. Link's the overlord.
Link is and always will be the Sky God. Halen doesn't even exist at this point.
It's Link.
It's just Link. Pushing a boulder up a hill. This is his damnation. JAWA is his damnation. Just for that one joke.
Are you saying JAWA's hell? We're living in hell right now.
After 11 years?
Can't quite tell if we're living in hell or not at this point.
Is it real?
So what you say is all the past leaders, is what, other than you, have been Link as well.
Link. Yeah, it's just all Link.
No wonder why Pod always stares at Link, because he knows the truth.
He's the only one outside of the dream state. He can see it all.
No wonder why he can come and go as he's pleased, because he's not stuck in this state. The Abyss, what's the Abyss? No, he's actually living the real world. Where there's sunshine and actual rainbows, none of this crap that we see. It's a link ball. Just his face in the sky. A different color.
One big ponytail.
Big ponytail in the sky. That's the whole rainbow color.
Rainbow coloured ponytail.
Oh my God. I'm tearing up over here. That's where the Sky God lives. Big ponytail in the sky. At times, doesn't really look like a ponytail.
Floating ponytail.
Floating ponytail in the sky. with a fortress all on top of it. Link's domain. That's the real JAWA temple. Honestly, what you know, the reason why the gates in the JAWA temple are like that is because we're actually in the air on top of a huge ponytail.
Just can't get out. There's nothing around us.
The ponytail is the key to opening up the gates.
Put his head in backwards. Lean back. Let us out.
It's getting cramped in here. Too many people. We need to breathe. Someone tell Link to open the gate with his head.
We each take an arm and just batter him around the gate open.
It's okay, guys. Link doesn't really exist. This is a robot. The real Link is Sky God.
Yeah. He is without form.
Plot twist, the ponytail Sky's Link.
Don't even know how we got on this topic.
People right now are very freaked out.
Oh.
But I think probably what's left of Link. The ponytail.
He only found his ponytail.
Oh, great ponytail to the sky. You talk to it and it answers back in Link's voice. He may have died, but his soul is now the ponytail. Ugh. This is some weird fan fiction going on here.
I'm gonna have to model this now.
Just a big
It's a big ponytail. Like the Wolfie bobblehead I made.
Just make a big ponytail with a cape on. The cape that Link uses.
I actually had to squash his ponytail down on a recent skin I made of him.
Basically, he just remodeled reskinned Chewbacca's model to make like this big ponytail,
Yeah.
and then put Link's cape on him. There's Link, everyone. It's just a ponytail with a cape on.
Yeah. The Triforce hovering over his head. Should I show you? No, it is. Oh. The ponytail isn't independent from the rest of the body.
Wait, the ponytail's independent?
It's not independent, no, it's
it's
attached
not?
to his head. I think they used glue or something.
Ponytail's attached to the head. How is that possible? We thought it was its own entity.
I'm gonna rotate it so it's like the ponytail's just sticking upwards. Chill, bro. It's just a prank.
I'm remembering what he told you and made you die. What was it like? What was he saying? Like the world's strongest. What is it? The world's strongest boulder thing, or I don't know what he's saying. World's strongest man boulder or something. I don't because he actually said it's so soft back then that I would probably have to go back and listen to it over and over to actually hear what he said. But still, the greatest moment when he killed you with that line. Alright, shall we wrap it up? Because we're now finally at where the episode should be in terms of duration. We ended it on such a weird note. Apparently, in conclusion, Link is our Lord and Savior, and we should worship him as the Sky God.
The ponytail Sky God.
Ponytail Sky God. Giant ponytail in the sky with JAWA Temple on it. Wait, if JAWA Temple...
Big eyes. His eyes are like on the ponytail.
Well, I have a question though. If JAWA Temple is top of the ponytail in the sky, where's JAWA Central? This is underground. Is that where the Resistance lives? Oh, okay. I was thinking, wait, is that where the Resistance, the last hope for humanity, lives? Is that where Pod's freedom fighters are? To free everybody from the Sky God that is controlling all our minds.
Oh, he's got 2 ponytails now.
Wait, what? He evolved?
Yeah. You wanna say?
What's his mega evolution like? I gotta move this up. Oh no, that's just Jazzy's. Oh god. Skype's not responding.
Oh god. What did you do?
I was just trying. Oh, here we go. I was just trying to close the chat window. That would have been awkward if Skype just crashed. I would have to do the outro myself.
Let's see if the Skype picture for myself updates.
Just waiting for this in suspense.
Wonder if I can actually get this to work. That's an actual skin in game.
You can name it Sky God Link.
Sky God Link.
That's his true form. 2 ponytails.
Oh, no, it works. Alright, I'm gonna share screen to you.
Alright. Everyone better get ready for this. What the hell? What? Where's his face?
That is his face. Look, there's his eyes, look.
Is that his mouth right there?
Mouth somewhere in its head. Look, there's his mouth. That's a proper skin. I can wear that in game.
Yeah, no one will, and I guess nobody will be freaked out by this actual monster that you've created. I didn't know Link was so powerful that his eyes didn't need sockets.
Not anymore. He's Sky God now.
Sky God can break all of the laws. Oh god, I did update now. Well, on that note, I think we should end with that picture. Next episode, I think we're gonna try to get Shadow back on.
Nice.
And you're gonna be hosting.
Oh, what?